You know, if I see one more colourful slide deck with that bloody DuPont Bradley Curve on it, I think my head might actually explode. For decades, this thing has occupied a near mythical status in workplace health and safety. It's everywhere. Boardrooms, leadership retreats, induction slides, you name it. It's the ultimate sacred cow. And it promises this neat, tidy little journey, doesn't it? It says you start at reactive, move to dependent, where you need rules, then independent, where you look after yourself, and finally, the holy grail, interdependent. It's marketed as this beautiful linear map of cultural maturity. But let's be completely honest here. It's a total fantasy. I mean, think about it. It treats culture like some sort of thermostat you can just twist up to 22 degrees if you do enough behavioral conditioning. But culture is smoke, mates. It's not the fire. It's an emergent property. People behave exactly how the system allows, demands, and constrains them to behave. If you try to change the culture without fixing the actual design of the work or how resources are allocated, you're literally just trying to fan away the smoke of an active, roaring fire with a clipboard. And that brings us to the multicultural paradox. This linear progression is just a corporate myth we tell ourselves to feel good. In reality, investigations consistently show that an organization can be incredibly interdependent during the 9 a.m. safety meeting, you know, everyone holding hands and talking about hazard ID. But by 2 p.m., when production is falling behind, the pressure is on, and the boss is breathing down your neck, suddenly you're brutally reactive. The rules go out the window, steps get skipped, and workers are forced to make scary trade-offs just to get the job done. We're not mature, we're just under pressure. And then we get caught in what I call the statistical luck trap. Oh, look at our lag indicators. Our recordable injury rate is down to 0.2. We must be interdependent. Pull the other one, mate. Declining injury metrics are highly dangerous indicators of actual safety. Low recordable rates regularly coexist with absolutely massive hazard exposure, normalized deviance, and degraded critical controls. You aren't safe, you're just lucky. Until, of course, the luck runs out and a process disaster strikes. Now, speaking of luck running out, let's talk about the big one. Zero harm. It's written on the hard hats, the posters, the corporate annual reports. Look, as a noble aspiration, sure. Nobody wants to go to work and get hurt. But when zero harm morphs into an absolute expectation, a rigid, unyielding metric, it becomes toxic. It creates this incredibly binary worldview where you either have success or failure. And guess where the focus goes when an incident does happen? Right back onto frontline behavior instead of the systemic risks that set them up. And what does that do to psychological safety? It absolutely crushes it. When harm is treated as an unacceptable moral failure, workers don't suddenly stop having incidents. No, they just stop telling you about them. They underreport near misses. They reclassify minor injuries as personal health issues, and they get incredibly defensive during incident interviews. They're not trying to lie, they're just protecting their team's safety record. Or, let's be real, the manager's quarterly bonus. It sets off this ridiculous cycle I call the ritual of reassurance. A minor incident occurs, the corporate machine panics because zero has been breached, so they go on a witch hunt. They find a frontline worker who broke a rule, write them up, prescribe a fast, cheap fix, like a new poster or some useless retraining, and everyone signs off. Ah, we fixed it. But they didn't build any actual presence of capacity. They didn't design the system to be error-tolerant. They just blamed the player instead of looking at the design of the game. I see these arguments on LinkedIn all the time. People debating whether they should be called a safety advisor or a safety business partner. Or if it's WHS versus HSE. We're literally arguing about letters on a business card while people are still getting hurt because our corrective actions are purely administrative. True safety isn't in the slogans or the job titles. It's in whether we're brave enough to resolve those upstream resource trade-offs, listen to the weak signals, and design systems that absorb the daily pressure so our workers don't have to. Anyway, that's my rant for today. Stop fanning the smoke. Start looking at the fire. Catch you next time.